Hey everyone, we are going over 6 stretches that you can do for your upper back area. It's a follow along video, so get down onto a space on the ground, follow along with me, watch the timer. Let's get started. Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Dawn and I work at Performance Place Sports Care, just one part of the locally world famous chiropractors here in Costa Mesa, California. Today's video, we are going to start with 4 easy stretches of the tissues and the joints in the upper back area. We're going to end with 2 exercises to really activate through that. And then at the very end, if you guys want to stick around and know a little bit of some educational things about the upper back and why I chose these specific exercises and why they may have worked for you, go ahead and stick around for that. But let's just get started. I'm going to keep a timer as we go. I want you to just follow along. The beauty of this video is that you can come back and follow along again tomorrow and the next day and just keep track of how your symptoms are responding to these movements. Sometimes you just need a little bit of accountability, so having this video to follow along each day is going to be helpful, and your body can do this for up to 4 weeks before things need to be changed. So allow the time for some adaptation, listen to your body, and reach out to us if you have any questions specific to if this is right for you or if there's something better that you can do. Okay, so let's get started in our exercises. I have my phone in front of me, so I'm going to keep track of the timer. You guys have the timer on your screen. Let's get down to the floor, into what we call a child's pose position. So I'm going to press start here on your hands and knees. Walk yourself backwards as far as you're comfortable. Find a distance with the knees that feels great for you. Elbows in between here. Okay? We're going to look down through the tunnel in between our legs. Push the elbows through the floor and relax and look up. Again, roll the chin to the chest. Push the upper back to the ceiling, hold for a breath, and rock back down. If you feel like this is creating any shooting pain into your arms or into your upper back, please do not do this exercise. What you should be feeling is areas in between the shoulder blades getting a nice easy stretch. Nothing painful, nothing shooting, no numbness, no tingling. Just an opening up and a little bit of activation of your belly. Let's do one more. Tuck the chin, round the spine to the ceiling. Awesome job. On the next exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to walk our hands out and bring our hips with us. You're going to go elbows on the floor, fingers interlocked behind your head. All you're going to do is let your butt pull you backwards and rock back up. You may only be able to do a certain distance in the beginning, and the more you do this, the more you feel like you can allow yourself to sit back even further. Not just letting the butt pull you, but letting your chest sink to the ground and rocking back up here. Allowing your head to kind of push into your fingers at the end here is going to intensify that stretch for you. The stretch should be felt in between the shoulder blades, maybe a little bit in your lats and side body here. You shouldn't feel anything shooting down into your low back. If you have any pinchiness in your hips, you can always go wider with your knees. Let's do 3 more reps here. Breathe in, out on your way back. In, out. Last one, in and out. All right, so on this next one, there's going to be 2 movements. There's going to be a reach through the tunnel and a reaching up to the ceiling. Okay, let's start our timer here. In the same child's pose position here. Reach through the space between your knee and elbow as far as you can go. Let your nose and eyes look at your wiggling fingers there. And then open back up and open to the ceiling. Okay, keep going and repeating that. I want you to see what this looks like from the side here. I'm sitting my butt all the way back so my low back isn't doing this movement here. Reaching forward and through, and then opening up and reaching to the ceiling. It's not about how far you can go, guys. It's about just the quality of the movement. Breathing into the stretch here, and then pushing the elbow down through the floor to open you up to the ceiling. Let's go one more. Reaching, take a breath. Use your elbow to push and open up. Let's switch to the other side. So now we're gonna reach the opposite way. Look at the wiggling fingers. Feel the stretch in between the shoulder blade here. Use this arm, push through the floor, open up. You may notice a difference from side to side in this, and that's okay. I think it's pretty normal because the human body is not symmetrical. But if you feel like you want to take a little extra time on one specific side, there's nothing wrong with that. Reaching through the tunnel, find your wiggling fingers. See if you can get a little further this time. Push through the floor, open up to the ceiling. Last one, breath in. Breath out. Awesome job. Okay, so now that we've stretched those tissues and mobilized the spine in that area, we want to hit the save button on what we just accomplished. So I'm going to turn around for this next exercise so you can see what's happening on the back side. All we're going to do is take our arms out here, okay? We're going to pull our arms into our side here. You should feel like you're bringing your shoulder blades together, squeezing a pencil in between them. See if you could push your thumbs out a little more to intensify that, and then relax. Okay, let's start the timer for this one. Reaching out, pulling the elbows into the side, squeeze the blades in the back like you're trying to hold on to a pencil. Push the thumbs out a little wider, hold for 3, 2, 1. Take a little break. Reaching out again. This time, see if you can pull your elbows into your front pockets even more. You might feel that in your upper traps a little. Squeeze, find the pencil, push the thumbs out, hold 3, 2, 1. Take a little break. Reaching out again. Get those elbows even lower this time. Squeeze. Try to crack walnuts in between your armpits here. Rotate the thumbs, find the pencil, hold 3, 2, 1. Take a little break. Ooh, you should feel like the tissues in between the shoulder blades are really warming up now and they're pretty active. We're gonna do one more exercise to pair with this. We're gonna lay on our back here, okay? Show you the movement first. On our back, feet and knees up into the air. Find a flat back to the ground here. So whatever position of the hips and knees you need to find that flat back. Don't let any fingers in there. This is our starting position, okay? Arms over you, reaching back. Again, as I'm at this top point here, don't let fingers into your low back the entire movement, okay? So let's get started. Up, flat back, keep the flat back as we reach our thumbs to the floor and rock back up. Everybody's movement is a little different in this. You may feel like right here is where you start to lose your back. Work within that range. Each time, maybe you'll be able to get a little further and a little further. You're gonna feel arms working here. You're gonna feel stretchiness in the lats here. You're definitely gonna feel your core working as well to fight the back coming up off the ground. Take a breath in the top. Breath out, blow up a balloon as you reach backwards. And again, in and out. Hang out here. Feel the stretch in the arms. Let's go one more. Breath into the belly. Squish the back into the ground. Reach above you. Get as far as you can this time. Don't lose the back. And take a little break. So the beauty of these exercises and stretches, again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is that you can repeat them every day. They are safe to perform as long as they feel good for you. So repeat them daily. Take a couple of minutes to follow along with this video. Come back each day and just follow along with me. Let me keep count for you. Listening to the words that I'm saying, is this where you're feeling the stretch? That's what's important. If you're feeling it somewhere else, do not perform that exercise. You are not required to perform all of these every day, okay? The ones that you like, the ones that feel good, come back each time. We'll do them together. We're going to get into a little anatomy session next, so feel free to stick around for that if you are interested. If not, I'll see you again next time for this video. You have questions on anything, feel free to reach out to us via email, give us a call. We're happy to answer any questions you have. Okay, so anatomy lesson for today, pretty simple. All we're gonna do is really focus on the orange area of the spine because that's what we did in the video today. Your yellow area here, let me get a little closer. Yellow area is the neck. It was involved, okay? We really targeted this upper part of the orange area today. Lower part of the orange was a little bit a part of it. We definitely needed to take the low back red part out of it, okay? So on this spine, really what we were focusing on, that upper orange area is the part where you could probably reach right here and just a little bit lower. So everywhere from the base of the neck to the bottom of the shoulder blades was our biggest focus today. The beauty of really finding stretches and mobilizations of that area is it is an area, the mid-back area, that gets stuck often. We do a lot of sitting these days. There's a lot of work required of us where we find ourselves maybe in these rounded positions. So when we get this area to be able to open up and move a little bit better, the neck doesn't have to work as hard. The shoulders and shoulder complex doesn't have to work as hard as well either. So if you have neck problems, if you have shoulder problems, the exercises we went through should feel okay for those areas. If they are making those areas worse, those are not the exercises for you. But when we get movement between the areas of T1 through T6, kind of upper mid-back area, mobilizations of that spot, stretches of the tissues that attach into that area can very much benefit the neck and the shoulder complex if you are dealing with those issues. The basic movements of that area are flexion, extension, and rotation. So in the beginning, we kind of opened up with a little bit of flexion and rounding. We can't really isolate the neck from this specific area all that well because they do mimic each other. So when we round and push into that area, we're stretching tissues like the middle traps, upper traps, levator scapula, rhomboids, okay? And all of those areas I'm talking about is upper traps, levator, rhomboids in between the shoulder blades and spine. The rounding movement really helps stretch out those tissues, okay? When we got into the next exercise afterwards, we worked on extension. Extension of the mid-back area is what a lot of people are lacking and what they need to find a little bit more throughout the day. So we got into that rocking back position with the fingers behind your head. You should have felt like the areas in between the shoulder blades are mobilizing the joints. So first exercise stretched the tissues. Second exercise mobilized the joints. We did a little bit of rotational through that as well, which a lot of times I don't get into rotation too quickly with people because extension is more important before we get into rotating. So that's why we started with those ones. Rotation of the mid-back is an important one there as well. It's hard to isolate the low back away from that though. So sitting back, butt to heels, then rotating is gonna make sure your mid-back is doing most of that movement. Stretching daily and not doing anything else with it, you're gonna feel like all you're ever doing is stretching and it doesn't last very long. So we had to pair a couple of challenging exercises to go with it so that you feel like, whew, I got a little bit of work, a little bit of stretching, some fatigue going on. Now I feel like my pain and discomfort doesn't come back as quickly as what we're looking for. So pairing the stretches with the challenging movements is gonna be the most beneficial for you. I really hope this video was helpful for all of you. If you have any specific questions, we are always available via email or phone. You can give us a call. We work with people virtually or in person, so if you want something a little bit more individualized for you, maybe you have also some neck, some shoulder and mid-back discomfort going on and you want stuff programmed right for your body, we definitely do that. So please reach out to us. We have tons of webinars online that you can always go into and look at, get educated a little bit more. We're here for you. Reach out.